So we often start with a standing assessment, but as we start tonight with our seated assessment, it'll do the same thing, and just to bring attention to our upper back and neck. We talk about the red light or green light, and the red light is the slump, where everything on the front is tight. So it contracts the front, it throws the head forward, it pulls the shoulders forward, and in turn spreading the back widely. And this brings a whole lot of neck, shoulders, and, well, headaches, I should say, pain along this whole area. So the muscle groups that we're going to be working with is getting, very first, the trapezius to relax, so the upper back, because they tend to sit up here as well. And then we're going to work with the pec majors. They go from the sternum, the breastbone. So just tap yourself right here tonight. Let's start here. The behind our sternum is, of course, the thymus gland. And this little dude, and I talked a little bit about that in my email too, is where our T cells gets a chance to mature. T for thymus. We have killers and then we have helpers. And let's give it a little rub. This gland is juicy and plump when we are children, and throughout puberty. After that, it just begins to dry up and shrivel up and ends up like a little lump of fat. So we need to keep this succulent and juicy, because without the thyroid hormone secreted, these guys cannot mature into the immune cells and has to go around like Pac-Man and clean out viruses and bacteria in our lymph systems. Yes. Yeah.
Can we really keep it juicy?
We, with the 5 Tibetans, the thought is yes. That's what we're doing again in yoga this week. So every time, it's because what happens as we age, we begin to really collapse, and we start not having a lot of life in this area. So as we maintain our posture and space for this organ, and it doesn't get all squished. So that's pure analogy.
It's depressing.
It's scary, right? So
yeah.
Right now with COVID, where they're saying, you know, the older the population, the more at risk you are to get it. Is there a relationship between the gland and its secretions? And
I want a fat, juicy one. Let's get on with it.
And
I'll shut up.
I'll
shut up. Let's get on with it.
Thank you, Sally. A great question. And so as you sit to first, let's get the upper trapezius to release. And this is something you can snack on throughout the day. This is a headache muscle. Simply shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Just take them up as high as you can. So you practically can't hear anything. Dorothy, welcome. Good to see you. And then I'm going to count to 20 as we release the shoulders down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So you can count to 40, you can count to 60, you can count as high as you want. But are they sitting maybe a little bit lower now than when you started? The muscles underneath the trapezius, the upper trapezius, is the little troublesome event of the levatoscapular, the prissy ones I call them. Where the trapezius connects to the skull and the shoulder blade, the levatoscapular actually connects to the neck, to the vertebrae of the neck. So we need to now involve the neck in the next movement. And it's very simple. You simply just turn your head about 45 degrees to the right. So you're not quite looking over the shoulder. And then from here, you're going to draw the shoulder up and lean your head back. So it's like you are looking up at the sky, very thinking. And then slowly let the shoulder and the back of the head separate away from one another. And these are the muscles that do not like to be disturbed. When you feel like you can't turn your head after you've been sleeping a certain way, this is typically the ones that are in troublesome. So let's do that one more time. Again, draw the shoulder towards the ear and the back of the head towards the shoulder. And then slowly release back to neutral. And then without a lot of fuss, I just take the head first back to neutral and just notice, is there a difference between how the right side of your neck feels and how the left side feels? Since we just took care of that one side of the levator scapula. So I vote for we do the other side too. So turn your head again about 45 degrees. And then draw the back of the head towards the shoulder. So we still involve a little bit of the upper trapezius, but we got to do that to get the levator scapular. And then slowly, slowly as you can, coming back to neutral. Notice if there's any jumpiness in your movement. That's where the muscles are a little bit stuck. We're going to do that one more time. And draw the shoulder up. So levator scapula literally means lifting up the shoulder blade. So what we're doing when we draw the shoulder up, but then we bring the attachment in the neck vertebrae down as well. And then slowly, slowly, slowly release. Excuse me, sneeze. And then as we come back to center, this next one is not really a somatics, but we can make it one. And I love this. Interlace your fingers and then take them behind your head. So you snuzzle them right up under your skull. Drawing the elbows together and lift your heart center. Lift your heart center. And now draw your chin up. So you're squishing your fingers, And then slowly releasing the chin back down to normal. This can help reset the curve in the neck, because a lot of the neck issues is because we are so compressed in the back of the neck. You can do this one more time. Lift the heart first. And then draw the skull, the back of the head down towards your upper back, squishing your fingers. I quote Terry Brown, if this doesn't get a little uncomfortable, you're not pressing hard enough. And then slowly release. And we'll release the hands. And again, notice, how does your neck feel now? So little things you can snack on. When you notice you begin to have tension and tightness in the neck, that's because the muscles are pulling it into a vice grip. Let's come on to our back, which means that all the nerves that travel out from the neck, maybe you'll have some tingling in the arms and the hands, fingers. And we're starting going right into our belly breath. So we had a little bit of a pre-start tonight. Just place your hands on your abdomen. And we want to, I'm circling back, at all costs, if we have that tingling or numbness from nerve compression, the sooner that we tend to that, the less damage that we're going to sustain. When there's nerve compression, there is a muscle that's not getting communication, and then they begin to atrophy. From this supine position, let's bend up our knees. And breathing in and breathing out. And again, hold yourself tenderly and give yourself space in your experience. So hold yourself with lightness. Letting go of shoulds and coulds. And breathing in and breathing out. We're going to move into our arch and flatten. You can keep your hands on your belly or simply relax them out to the sides. As you inhale, contracting the low back, belly balloons, and exhaling very slowly, float back to neutral. And take a breath in for nothing. And then exhale, we move into the flattening. And I invite you to draw the pelvic floor up as you draw the belly in and up. And then slowly release. Back to neutral. And once at neutral, we'll take a full breath in and out, letting everything reset. And then on the next in-breath, we start again, inhaling an arch. And exhaling, floating back to neutral. And it's perfectly fine if that takes longer than your out-breath. In which case, you just adjust the breath. So you're not rushing into the flattening out breath. You'll take a breath in for nothing before you exhale and pull the belly button down and up. Lift the diaphragm up. And then slowly release. We're again back at neutral. Full breath in and out. Making it easy, enjoyable. Do it one more time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. Draw the belly. Neutral, sorry. So we have our buffer breath. And then exhale and flatten. And slowly find your way back to neutral. Let's interlace the hands behind the head. If you have a pillow or blanket under your head, you may find that you can move it out of the way now. But be comfortable. Let's have the knees bend up still for the arch and curl. We'll do a regular arch and curl, and then we'll add in the stops. Tonight we'll have the stops for the shoulder, for the elbows going down. But let's do a full round first. On the first in-breath, let's just arch again. Exhale, flattening. Draw the elbows towards one another and then curling up. Inhale, slowly coming down. Once the head is down, relift the elbows, and now slowly let your wings draw towards the earth as slowly as you can. So this is a move that is really great for the pectoralis major, the ones that pulls the shoulders forward, the head forward. Buffer breath. And then again, inhale, we arch. And exhale, flattening. Draw the elbows up, curling up. So that takes care of that shortened front seam. Now we're fully contracting for the red light. And then we inhale, we lengthen out. Getting the front seam long again. Once the head is down, lift the elbows. Now we're going to go down about a third of the way on the out breath. And then re-lift an inch or two, and then release down another third. Again, we're going to re-lift about an inch. So pause, restart, move, coming down almost all the way down, but not quite. Re-lift another inch or two, and then exhale slowly, slowly release the elbows all the way down. Let everything cool. And let's repeat. On the next in-breath, arch again. Exhale, flatten, curling elbows in, curling up. Just the top of the shoulders. I'm not looking for an old-fashioned crutch. Slowly releasing down. Keep the elbows squeezing in. Re-lift the elbows, and again, a third, releasing down. Re-lifting, and releasing down a little bit further, about a third. So now we're really teasing out that tension. Again, one more time, re-lifting, re-engaging. And then slowly releasing all the way down. Let everything cool. So we cannot tend to this area without tending to the intercostals and the external obliques. So if you take your right hand and just place it right across your ribs, your lower ribs, through your gills. So as you breathe in and out, can you feel the ribs expanding into the palm of your hand? And contracting back together. So the inner, not the intercostals, not the intercostals. There's just a one little vowel that separates the meaning. I just have the worst time with that one. The inner costals, the muscles between the ribs, they contract to pull the ribs apart. And then as they relax, the ribs relaxes back together. But if we are compressed on the front, if we are slumping a lot, the ribs are just closing down one on top of the other, and this movement doesn't happen. So in our diagonal arch and curl, so let's take the left knee in, is where we really work on that. Hold the left knee with your left hand, and right hand is behind the head. Inhale, arch the low back. And exhale, flatten, and then curling up diagonal. And slowly unwind back down. Everything pulls. And then inhale, arch again, left knee pulls the arm down. So we get a little bit of length on the pec minus, the bone is round. Exhale, flatten. And again, drawing to the left, diagonal arch and curl, slowly release. Buffer breath. And then one more time. Arch. Exhale, flatten. And curling up. Slowly release. all the way down. Release your left leg, right arm from behind the head. And as you do so, just let everything come, straighten the legs out and just notice. Does your right rib cage maybe feel a little bit more poofy? A little bit more spacious? Allowing the lung to open up a little bit more and also to massage that little thymus gland. Well, let's take the right knee in, left hand behind the head. And as we inhale, we arch. Exhale, flatten left elbow towards the right knee, curling up diagonal. And then slowly releasing down. Full breath in and out. And inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. And again, curling up. Releasing down. Buffer breath. And one more time, inhale, arch. Pull the right knee a little bit away. An isometric release off the right side of the neck. Draw the knees in as you flatten. And again, drawing to the right, diagonal to the right. And slowly, slowly releasing down. Release the right knee. And straightening out the legs. Let everything cool. Notice how your body feels. That would be my son leaving. Did you hear that all shaking? Going for a run, I guess. Let's sweep the right arm up overhead as we come all the way over onto the belly. Make sure I'm following protocol here. So the whole back sequence tonight. I will pick pieces at it throughout the month, but now tonight we're gonna do the whole bit. Let's start with the right arm out to the side, elbow bent 90 degrees, and left arm down alongside the body. You can support your head any way that you need to so that it is comfortable. Turning your head and look towards your right arm, or again, any way that you need so your neck is comfortable. So with the right arm out at a 90-degree angle, left arm down alongside the body, looking at your right arm if it's available. And then here, as you inhale, you're gonna lift your right elbow up, but keep the palm down, so just the elbow. And then slowly releasing the elbow back down. Take a buffer breath. And again, inhale, lift the elbow up. Don't always try to make the movements really big. Sometimes working with the micro movements is where we get a lot of change. As you take your elbow back down, let everything cool. So now let's all do a little micro movement. Lift your arm, no more than 2 inches, just a couple of inches. And then with your eyes closed, I invite you to lower your arm as slowly as you can. Notice how many muscle groups are involved in you releasing your elbow down. And it is often in those end position where we have the most tension.
I know, that was so cool. We should do that again. Now close your eyes. Lift your arm, your elbow, no more than 2 inches. And you can open your eyes and see if your 2 inches were indeed 2 inches, if your proprioception is on point. And then slowly, slowly releasing the elbow down, slowly and fluidly. Once everything is down, let go completely. Now slide the right hand under your left cheek. Slide the hand under the cheek. Yeah, I said right hand, didn't I? Sally, I'm looking at you. So left hand is where we left it, right down alongside right hand. We just bend it up under the cheek. Yeah, still looking at the elbow if it's available. And then inhale, lift the head, looking over your right shoulder. And slowly releasing down. Take a full breath in and out. And again, inhale. Let your hips lift up a little bit. Remember, the muscle that we're using as we lift the head attaches all the way down to the sacrum. Slowly release the head down. Everything pulls. And do it one more time. Inhale, lift the head, let the hips float up a little bit. Can you sense that whole spinal seam from skull to sacrum engaging? This is our 6-pack on the back body, which helps us from not curling forward. So we're going to put a little bit more load on it. As you inhale, you're going to lift the head and the arm. Now press the hips down. And slowly release all of the way down. Everything pulls. And on the in-breath, lift the arm and head. And can you do a little bit of a twist, a little bit of spinal rotation? And slowly release down. Everything pulls. One more time, inhale, pressing the hips down, lifting, and maybe a little bit of twist. So the obliques are involved, and then slowly releasing down. Everything pulls. It would be a pity to not do the legs while we're here. So we're gonna do the Big Lebowski on the in-breath. Arm, head, and left leg lifts up. And slowly release down. Letting everything cool. And again, inhaling, right arm, head, left leg. And again, is there any rotation to be had? Slowly lower down. Last one. On the in-breath, lifting. Maybe a little rotation. And slowly, slowly, slowly. Down you come. Now take your left arm up and slide the right down. You can take the left arm out to the side. I am going to turn around so I can keep an eye on everybody. So we just very smoothly switch to the other side. Right arm down, left arm out to the 90-degree elbow bend. And again, if this is uncomfortable for your neck, place your head in any way that's comfortable for you. So working again with the back of the deltoid as you inhale, lifting your left elbow without lifting the palm. And slowly releasing the elbow down. So the elbow is bent at a 90-degree. It's the upper arm is straight out from the shoulder joint, straight out from the shoulder joint. Let's do that again on the in-breath, lifting. But now maybe begin to play with the micro movements. As you move your arm, where are those jumps and jitters? Where do the nerves fire differently or not quite on point? Take a buffer breath in. And again, we'll use the proprioception, closing your eyes. Lift your elbow 2 inches up. Open your eyes and check that you were kind of at 2 inches. And now close your eyes again, and then slowly as you can, lower the elbow back down. Once the entire form is down, let everything cool. We'll do that one more time. Then invite you to lift your arm just a couple of inches. As again, the tension often creeps in at the end movement of the joint. So this is what we are working with right now. Slowly release. Slowly release. Where the body is misreading that the muscle is relaxed, but the resting tension is still there, and that can lead to chronic pain and discomfort. Let's slide the hand in. So hand under the cheek or temple, whichever is most comfortable. So your head is now resting on the back of your hand. As you inhale, lift the head, look over your left shoulder. And exhale, slowly releasing down. Slowly releasing the head down. Take a full breath in and out. And again, lift the head, looking over the shoulder. So lift the head, looking over the shoulder. Don't use your arm to press down. It's pure neck muscles, and they get so tight and short. Slowly lowering down. Everything pulls. And then one more time. Lift the head. Let the hips lift up. Notice how the whole spine is involved in helping this event. And slowly lowering down. Buffer breath. And now increasing the load. As you inhale, press the hips down and then lift the arm and head. And slowly lowering down. Buffer breath. Everything pulls. And again, inhale, press the hips down. Lift the head and arm, and maybe a little rotation, little twist. And slowly release down. Buffer breath. And one more time, inhale, press the hips down. And lifting and maybe twisting. Linda, good. You're back. And slowly releasing down from the twist. Let's let everything cool. And then we'll add the final load, the right leg. Inhale, pressing the hips down, lifting arm and head and leg. Add the twist if it's available. And slowly releasing down. Buffer breath. And inhale, let's repeat. Arm, head, leg, little twist. And slowly, 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 especially the end point. Letting everything pull. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, pressing the hips down and lifting. Little rotation. Slowly releasing down. Everything cools. And then without a lot of fuss, come onto your back again. Finding your way onto your back again. Pause. Notice what has happened. Now bending up the knees. Take the arms out to the sides. So the part of the full washcloth is where we move the shoulder blades in opposite directions. So let's just start at the beginning. Think of your arms as big rolling pins. They are controlled from the shoulder, not the hand. So rolling the arms towards the head. And then let them come back. Doing that again, rolling both arms up. And down, back to where we started. Going the opposite direction, rolling the arms towards the feet. Now the shoulders are lifting up, away from the floor. Slowly release that. Again, rolling the shoulders towards the feet. Notice how the chin pulls up. And then slowly release that action. One more time. Simply roll the arm forwards, let the shoulders pop up, chin pops up. This is essentially the red light position. And then here, on red,
Yep, we've arrived at the opposite. So let's roll the right arm up and the left arm down. Let your head roll towards your right arm. Returning back to neutral. And opposite, left arm rolls upward, the left shoulder pulls down. Right is opposite. Hence the name of this move, the washcloth. Arms are rolling in opposite direction. The head rolls to the arm that's rolling up towards the head. Back and forth, side to side. And now I think we are ready to add the legs. So as you come to look at the right hand that's rolling up, left hand is rolling down towards the feet. Now let the knees draw down to the left. So knees opposite of nose. Exhaling up through center. And go to the other side. Inhaling down. Exhaling up through center. And go back and forth at a pace that's comfortable for your body. So the feet are about as wide as the mat. I find that more comfortable for my body. If you like your feet hip width apart, that's also an instruction that I have heard from teachers. But again, somatics is all about your comfort. Now, can you sense that the arch and flatten that we started with is also part of this movement here? You inhale down into the arch, wringing the washcloth, and you exhale, and you are up. And in the flattening, back and forth, easy peasy. It's okay if you put a little bit of floatiness into your arm that's away from the knee. Again, that helps open the front of the shoulder joint. Let's do that one more time on each side. Gentle effort, no strain. And as you come to center, let's slide the legs down. And pause. Notice the breath in your rib cage, in your lower belly. How the trunk accommodates and opens to the in-breath. Bending up the knees again. Take the hands under the head. Again, interlace the fingers. Your hands are here purely to support the weight of the head, this 12 to 15 pound bowling ball, so that we can tend to the muscles of the neck. They are typically shortened on the front as they are being pulled down towards the ribs. So keeping the chin lifting away from the chest as if you had a teacup on your forehead. And we're going to maintain the teacup right there. Let's inhale and arch. Teacup there.
Exhale, flattening, draw the lower ribs towards the hips, and then lift the head straight up. And slowly release the head down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Head is down, everything pulls. Turning the head to the right. Slide the teacup onto your left temple. Arch again. Inhale, arch. Exhale, we flatten, draw the ribs down towards the hips and lift the head straight up. So not a curl. And then slowly, slowly release down. That gets the big muscle groups of the STM, the sternocleidomastoid, coming back to neutral. And turn the head to the left. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. And lifting straight up. And slowly, 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 lowering down. Slowly turn the head back to center. We're going to bookend it where we started by lifting straight up. So inhale, arch again. Exhale, flatten. And then lift the face straight up. And slowly releasing down. Letting everything pool. We must tend to the psoas, and we must tend to the entire front seam. One more or two more moves. First, a flowering arch and curl. So release the hands down about 45 degrees out from the body. Feet about hip width apart. Actually walk your feet all the way together. Sorry, my bad on this one here, because we're gonna hug the thighs together. So with the feet all the way together. And we're gonna start this one in two parts. Taking a breath in for nothing. And as you exhale, flatten the low back and roll your arms in towards your trunk. So the back of the arms and hands are pressing against the sides of the hips and lower trunk. And slowly release back to neutral. Again, that works against the red light, the front body contraction. We'll do it again. Take a breath in for nothing. And exhale, rolling the arms in. Glue them to the sides of your body. Chin will lift up. And exhale, slowly release out to neutral. The other part is the arch. So as you inhale, now arch and roll your arms up. So very similar to the first part of the washcloth we just did. Chin pulls towards the chest. And exhale, back to neutral. Let's take a buffer breath. And then we'll repeat. Inhale, arch, arms rolls out. Chin pulls towards the chest. Shoulder blades moves together. And slowly release back to neutral.
Now let's combine. Starting with the flattening breath in for nothing. And exhale, rolling the arms in, press the legs together. Everything hugs towards the midline. And inhale, slowly release to neutral. Taking a breath in and out. And then inhale, arch. Rolling the arms opposite direction. Press or squeeze the shoulder blades together. And slowly release this action back to neutral. One more time. Starting with the arms about 45 degrees. Exhale, flattening, rolling the arms in, glue them to your body. Press the low back down. And releasing as you inhale to neutral. Full breath in and out. And inhale, arch. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, rolling the arms outward. And we'll release back to neutral. Let's slide the legs out again. Pause. Sense. And let's tend to the mighty psoas. Let's take the left knee in, right hand behind the head. Let your right leg roll out to the side in a relaxed way. Inhale, arch the low back. Exhale, flatten, draw the left knee in, lifting shoulders, head, and your right leg. And then slowly lower the head down, lower the leg down. Everything pulls. So right hand under the head, left hand holding the knee. Let's do it again. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten, lifting head, tops of the shoulders, and right leg. So now the psoas in a contracted state right in the middle, and we're going to lengthen the upper part, that which attaches to the ribs, and the lower part, the hip flexors. Full length. Everything pulls. Relax the left knee down. Slide it out. Take the right arm out. We're just going to pause. So remember, just twice of this one. Just twice, because it is a long lever. It's a powerful muscle and one that we don't want to upset. Let's take the right knee in, holding it in. Take the left hand behind the head. Inhale, arch again. Right knee pulls away. Exhale. Lift the left leg, lift the head, just the top of the shoulders. Slowly lay down each of the ribs. That was not very eloquently put. And release the leg down. Low back is still down. Low back is down. Buffer breath. And one more time. Let's arch. And exhale, flatten. Lifting shoulders, lifting leg. And of course the head. And then slowly curl
rolling the upper back down, lengthen the leg out, taking that down as well. Let's release the right leg. And here, almost gotten it all noodled out. Bending up the knees. And placing your hands on the upper chest with the fingers pointing towards one another so that the fingertips are almost meeting, or the middle fingers are meeting right at the sternum, right where the thymus is. And as you breathe in and out, sense the upper part of the lungs expanding. Breathing in and out at about the same count. As slow and deep as it is comfortable for you. This is Adiyama, which is a lung practice. Yama means observance, and Adi is for the lungs. Take your hands down to your lower ribs. So we did the little pre-start earlier where we had one hand just to feel. So now I'm asking you to inhale and expand the ribs. As you breathe in and out. Again, make the breath as deep as it is available. Keep the in-breath and the out-breath at about the same duration. Are your lungs expanding evenly? And now last, move your hands up behind your back. So bending up the elbows. So take the elbows, bend them, and slide your hands down. Get the arms down, the palms down as low. So now we are right at the back of the lungs. And as you breathe in and out, can you sense an expansion back here as well? We have more lung capacity on the back body. And when I look at Eric, I can see that's true. Again, just making the breath as deep as it is comfortable for you. Deep, even, and smooth. And then relax your hands down, relax your arms, straightening out the legs again. Body, breath, and mind. All interchangeable, they work together. Notice your breath. Notice your body.
And notice your mind. Let's bend up the knees. Rock the knees gently from side to side. Rolling all the way over onto your right or left side. Pressing your arms and hands down, and we come all the way up into a seated posture. I'm going ahead to unmute you all.